And good morning, Twitch. Are y'all ready for some pirates? Hold on. My people can't hear me.
Well, I see it.
There they
So,
are.
Hello, sir.
greetings.
Greetings. Are y'all ready to pirate? I'm ready to pirate. Are you ready to
Yeah,
pirate? I'm ready to
I
pirate.
I'm ready to pirate, but I'm looking up one more edge.
All
I'm
right.
trying to.
That's
I'm
right.
trying to. Yeah, I know. I just which one? There's so many of them, and they're all cool.
They
So,
are.
how many advances should we have, Jingo?
Oh, let's look at your herder. Because I
I've
know
got.
I
I
gave you
started the
one at
game
the
with 10.
beginning of last one.
Yes, and
And I
that's what I.
gave you,
Okay, so
well,
this is a different.
this is a new one. This is one that
Okay,
you got at the end of the session that
okay.
I didn't reward you before we broke up. So yes, this is another one. And um, Stitch, one thing I might suggest is you could use that advance to get shooting at a D6
Hmm.
because you don't know how to shoot, and maybe Lieutenant Jeffers can teach you some of the finer points
Yeah, maybe he can.
because he's a really
Yeah,
good shot.
maybe I should be shooting.
Versatility is a name. There are a number of times you've pulled that gun out
And miss because I'm a shitty
and
shot.
missed because you don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
But you're right, there are a lot of cool edges. A lot of cool edges.
Yeah. I'm looking. I was looking to turn this geezer into more of a brawler than a stand at range and fight with a gun.
Well, bear in mind also that you are pretty good at athletics. Let's get some sailing on the sea kind of sound effects going here. There we go. Yeah. As the captain said, this makes me want to find myself a hammock under an umbrella with one of them fruity rum drinks with the little paper umbrella in it. Or maybe a Mexican beer with a wedge of lime in the top.
Now you're making me thirsty
where
now.
where we're
I
at,
like
it's
them.
going to be a rum drink.
Where we're at, yeah, this is going to be a
It's
rum
going to be a
drink.
rum drink.
Yeah.
Rum and pineapple and coconut. What's on hand? Rum and pineapple and
Coconut.
coconut.
Ding 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 ding.
Oh shoot! I've got a wound. I forgot about that. Got a wound.
Oh yeah, you guys got hurt fighting the octopi, and this is where we are at. Is it is near dark. You guys have just driven off the great white whale. Your ship is cracked and leaky. Right now, it's not in danger of sinking, but if a storm were to come along, or if you were to have to do something strenuous in it, or God forbid the white whale come back, or something else, um, you know, there's the bottom of the deep blue sea, CC.
Where is
Yeah. Well,
shooting located, Rob? Sorry to interrupt you.
Hmm?
Oh,
skills.
is it an edge shooting?
No
No,
skill.
shooting is a skill.
Okay.
And you can just drag the skill over there and then drag
Yeah.
the D6 in to advance it to the D6.
Yeah, I'll do that then. All right. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Or at the very least, you could do it at a D4 and then take a D6, a die bump and another skill.
No, I'll take it in shooting.
That way you're at least halfway decent. Also, what else I was going to say is you have a pretty good athletics. That means you're pretty good at throwing things,
Mm-hmm.
knives, hatchets, bowling pins, grenades.
Do we have grenades in this time frame?
The granado is actually a piratish invention. It was what you know today as the little black ball with the fuse sticking out of it that you light and throw at people.
Uh-huh.
And the reason it was called a granado is granado comes from the word grenadine, which is, I believe, the Portuguese word for pomegranate. And so, the granado is named after the pomegranate.
Well, that would make sense.
And so that's where grenade comes from. And yes, it is. I don't know if they have it in the books, but historically, it is absolutely a period weapon. The little black powder bombs. It's dangerous as all get out, but it
That's
exists if you guys want to put some powder bombs together, granados as you call them, as I call them. Yeah, you could do that.
okay.
Morning, Sven.
Well, I don't have throwing as a skill, so maybe when I get
There
throwing as
is
a
no
skill.
throwing as a skill. You have athletics.
Oh,
Athletics
okay.
is used to throw things. That's what I was saying is you're already good at throwing things.
Oh, okay. Well, I was, I don't know. I was reading. I needed shooting for a particular skill, or throwing for another skill.
Throwing is for an older version of Savage Worlds.
Ah, okay. So throwing is just basically athletics. Yeah, my athletics is pretty good.
I've got some very interesting cards.
If you have something you think absolutely does not apply, please bring it up,
no,
and
these
I
are...
will. They're just, And bear in mind there is no limitation on when you can play a card. It doesn't have to be in combat, and if it is in combat, it doesn't have to be on your turn. They could be right in the middle of somebody else doing something. It's like whenever is appropriate to throw that in. Anyways, let's you guys are somewhere, if I remember, southeast of let me find here. Carib 2. Is it Carib 2 we were on? Carib 2. You right now are somewhere. Whoa! Let's switch over to the chart room. Spencer, thank you very much for the biddies, sir. We love the biddies.
Oh, and you'll need to push the advance to us too, Jingo.
I already did. That's why you're at 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I already did. I did it this morning.
Gotcha.
All right, you guys. Had left Port Royal, Jamaica.
And we were going through that thing of 3, right? We beat 2 of the challenges. We're on the 3rd one now.
And you were kind of headed towards the Cayman Islands. Yes, Don Julio.
Yeah.
Did tell you. Let me share this
Buddy
map.
Don.
Yeah, he's cursed.
And he's taking the rest of us with him.
Yeah, well.
Well, we didn't ask him, hey, by the way, are you cursed before we spring you out of this jail?
You sprung him out of prison, and
True.
he played the game. He's not a nice man, but now he's not in English prison anymore, and now you know what is required, and yeah, it is very likely if you guys don't find someplace to it's carpentry repairs. You don't necessarily need to be beached to do them. It's just easier to do it in shallow waters where it's steadier and quicker. So the closest thing to you is the Cayman Islands. And let's see what you guys know about the Cayman Islands. I know I probably gave you a roll on this last time, but as I remember, it was a really crappy roll all around. So I'm going to have selective game master amnesia and
And be merciful?
and allow you guys the opportunity to know something about the Cayman Islands with a common knowledge check, unless you have another knowledge skill or other skill that you think might apply.
The only thing I would have information, because until we arrived here, a couple of weeks ago, a month ago, whenever it was, uh, Alistair had never been in the Caribbean, so
You thinking maybe he might have a little bit of occult lore about the Cayman Islands?
well, if there's something occultish about it, maybe
There
he might
might
have heard something.
be. There might be. All right.
Maybe I heard something on one of the other islands when I was wandering about. Good morning, by the way.
Good
Good morning.
morning.
I'm in a hotel at the moment, so I'm
Still not moved in yet?
hooking up. Oh God, just another time. Because, are we live right now?
Yes.
We are.
Okay, yeah. The world does not need to know my issues. But anyway,
All
I'll
right.
tell you later.
Geography. This is what you know about the Cayman Islands. They were another of Columbus's many discoveries, and they were named Las Tortugas, the turtles, by him. They remained for 150 years nothing more than a place where a ship could forage supplies of water and meat. Um, England acquired them during the same deal that saw Jamaica become an English colony. Early settlements grew and floundered, constantly harassed by pirates, and England eventually abandoned the islands, though without giving up their sovereignty, so they still belong to the British. They just don't do anything with them. With the English gone, pirates moved in. Though nowhere near the den of scum that is Tortuga, the Caymans remain unsafe for those who do not follow the pirates' way of life. Which brings me to, what kind of flag are you guys flying?
So
Are we
Alistair
flying a flag?
with a 6, would I know this? That we better either come in under no colors or
All
the
right.
skull and bones?
No, this is what Stitch's common knowledge and Napes' common knowledge is covering. What your occult role uncovered is something else altogether.
Okay.
We'll get to that.
So Napes and Stitch say, "Hey man, this is pirate country only. They'll sink any other ship or whatever. So
They'll harass anybody that's not pirates. So if you're not flying a flag, you're assumed to be a pirate because
we're taking the Union Jack down then, which is
Okay.
what I assume we would normally fly.
Yeah, the merchant variation of it.
A merchant variation of the Union Jack, British merchant, probably the West Indies Company or whatever.
All right, let me continue. The geography of the Caymans is flat coral reefs with little vegetation. The entire area is surrounded by reefs through which few pirate captains know the safe passage. Can you gander a guess as to who might know some of the safe passages through the Cayman Islands?
Our new friend.
Ding, ding, ding. Senor Don Julio knows his way around the Caymans. So he can navigate you through them without there are no places of interest. Ramshackle collections of huts and tents erected and dismantled each time the pirates set to sea. So you're
it's a KOA for pirates.
Yes, it's a campground of America for pirates. And there are two larger islands which do have some vegetation on them. Your ship only took one wound, so I'm going to say you guys do have enough lumber to effect repairs. Um, repairs will take a day if you're beached in a sheltered place where you can effectively get to them. It will take 3 days if you attempt to do them at sea.
No, let's
Unless
put
you
in.
guys have somebody with either the repair skill or carpentry. Let me look at Don
It'd be the
Julio.
crew.
Don Julio. Don Julio knows some repair.
Cool.
So that will cut your repairs at sea down to 2 days. It will cut the repairs on land to less than a day, but it's still going to more or less take you a day to do them.
Well, we got to careen the ship, and that's a
You
that's
don't
a
nec-
hours.
you don't
Oh, okay.
necessarily have to careen the ship for this repair. If it was
Okay.
a more costly repair, yeah. Right
Okay.
now you're just shoring up some cracked beams and stuff and trying to get the hull to stop seeping where it got banged. And yeah, that can be done with carpentry and time.
Okay.
Just if you're in a nice sheltered beach area where you're not rocking up and down on the waves, that makes it a lot easier and quicker to do it.
Now, I'm assuming, and I may be wrong because it is an assumption that Cookie, the owner of the ship, when she hired crew, would have made sure that we had a carpenter on board. I mean, that seems like it would be a
Thing to
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
Martian Cat, thank you for the sub.
Yeah, normally there's
43 months more.
there's a master
I'm sorry.
carpenter on every ship.
There's um you guys do have at least one other carpenter on board the ship that has a D6. In fact, I would imagine one of your 5 would
Yep.
probably have picked it up if they haven't already. And I
So do they
forgot
get
to
advanced?
they should get an advance every time you guys do. And I don't think we've been doing that. So they're due a bunch of advances. If you want to do those now or if you want to wait, that's up to you.
I'll wait till the end of this session, I think.
But yeah, they're supposed to get advances just like you.
Yeah. So.
Now the regular crew, they get an advance as well. Here, let me share this with you. That's your regular crew character sheet. That's what they've got. And they normally carry knives.
Right. And they are not
Unless
wild cards.
They are not wild cards. Bernard and them are not wild cards. Ms. Cookie is a wild card. Don Julio is a wild card. Lieutenant Jeffers is a wild card.
Okay.
Where's my Miss Cookie? I don't see her in that list.
I was gonna say, wouldn't the crew also be in like the short swords or the, sabers or whatever?
If you wanna,
We
Purchase
could
them
outfit
and
them
train
with like cutlasses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cutlasses.
if-
That's what I
if-
meant.
if you wanted to, the regular crew are not fighters. That's
Ah, okay.
they carry knives because a knife won't get in the way of them doing the things that they do every day.
And they need a knife to do the things they do every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the
Because I'm
knives
sure they're
usually
splicing rope
eating
and
knives. Right.
trimming up knots.
And knives are also eating utensils. So back then,
Yeah, it's more of a
knife
tool.
does pretty much everything.
Pretty much. I still carry a pocket knife.
Well, it's also
I have a-
you go over and you get tangled up in netting or rope or whatever.
Yep.
It's still to this day, lobster fishermen, crabbers, anybody who works at sea has a stainless steel knife. I mean, it's a common thing you carry.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't want to drown,
Alright.
basically.
It's a tool.
I've been called that
Alright.
before. Didn't I?
Miss Cookie, is here's her. She is built on the ship's surgeon template, so she has the healer edge, but she is not a wild card.
So anything to do with trade and business management or healing?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
where I would think
yeah,
she'd
she
go.
does have some other knowledge, other knowledges regarding that, but she was built basically off the surgeon template. So that's
Uh,
her stat block. She also will not get involved in combat unless she needs to. Don Julio, on the other hand, has no problem. He's a front and center in your face kind of guy.
right. I'd say we'd up Cookie's spirit die by 1 if she's not had a rank
All
raise,
right.
and
Yeah.
so that way it touches on. Oh, I don't see her powers. Oh,
Oh,
she's a
she
natural
doesn't have
healer.
any powers. She just has the healer edge,
Okay, well then I don't know if
which
that'd be spirit,
adds
would it?
+2 to all healing rolls, whether natural or in the aftermath of battle.
Okay.
Um, Up to 5 companions traveling with the healer add the bonus to their natural healing rolls as well. So people just heal
Ooh,
faster around her. So,
nice.
yeah,
Okay.
whenever you make your natural healing to recover from a wound. But you did have a wound from that immediate battle and
Hmm.
did have the opportunity, the golden hour, to address it if you want.
Yeah, well, let's see what Cookie can do for me because I'm not, you know, rolling for a healing power at the time wasn't an option for me. So, my time has passed. It's up to her in the golden hour to, or can you use, arcane or whatever in the golden hour? I thought that had to be like, any kind of magical healing was immediate or not at
I
all
think the golden hour is for all healing. If you
for
don't,
all healing. Okay.
all healing. Um, Also, I want to say for those of you in chat, I still haven't worked out why my redemption notices aren't working. So if you redeem something, call it out in chat, please, because it's not telling me. And I don't want to miss your redemptions. And I believe Sven had a complicate matters coming already, which is already, Sven, incorporated into today's adventure.
I just noticed.
Thanks so much, Sven.
I had to scroll up to his "Let your freak flag fly." Freak flag.
Almost cut my hair today.
Since I would say that if we had our own flag designed, it would be the silhouette of a jester, the ship of fools. We just got to stay with the theme, man.
I have a Ship of Fools flag. Um,
Well, there you go.
I don't actually have a physical representation of it, but the Ship of Fools flag, and I have it etched on some cups that were gifted to me because the Ship of Fools was an SCA household for a short while. But our flag is a
Ah,
jester skull, and underneath the jester skull is a saber or a cutlass with a mug hanging off of the tip. That's the Ship of Fools
that's
flag.
awesome.
Okay. Then next we need to make sure that our crew can at least juggle and sing and do things that are entertaining.
I wanna sing and dance. I wanna sing and dance.
Exactly, exactly. The ship of fools. Why do they call them that? You ever seen them in battle? They got a ballerina that's the deadliest ballerina you've ever seen.
Right? Dances through the ropes.
Dances through the ropes. Uh,
There we go.
let's
Dances
see.
with ropes. There we go.
Leaving flowers of blood behind with her knives, yes.
Okay, let's see. There we go.
But yes, if did you want to tend to your wounds?
Yes, I do. I mean, Cookie's going to tend to my wounds, I
She's
think.
gonna actually I'm going to say that her healing whatever roll, if you're using your power, you get her bonus to that too.
Oh,
When you're
okay, okay.
when you're healing, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the bonus to that too.
All right, so
Ju-
golden hour, and it looks like I got 13 of 15 points left. So let me look at the healing power because I've never really used it.
I think
Like upcast.
each success in raise heals a wound. So all you're looking for is a success, I think.
Yep. Okay, so I'll do the +2 here, and
And
I
all
don't
right,
know.
that will heal your wound. You go ahead and
Fantastic.
remove that.
Get to the right tab.
And
Thank you.
what did that look like magically? Because it was an obviously magical effect, and I assume you probably went somewhere below and did it while nobody was watching.
Oh yeah, well I would have, if Cookie's down there assisting me, because she's got to be, I would think, involved to get her bonus. Uh,
Yes,
I'd probably have a talk to her and say, Madam, it's time we discussed something, and don't be shocked, don't be alarmed, uh, because I've got plenty of that for both of us. I still haven't figured this out yet.
she'll say,
And
"Honey, I watched a tree eat my husband."
oh, that's right.
I've
That's right.
I've seen some things.
You know,
Oh,
Bring it on.
so yeah, I think Alistair would. I don't. Let's see. How would it look? I think there would be almost a mist that forms like between his hands, and it glows slightly pale blue, like the moon, maybe. And as he moves his hands, like wherever this wound is, the mist just kind of seeps into his skin and closes it up. And I didn't get a raise, but it's close, so I'd say it would leave a very slight scar, whatever kind of wound this was. I don't remember what the table roll was.
I think it was probably a broken bone because you got slapped by an octopus tentacle.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So like his bone sets, and I mean, you'd probably hear him scream. Probably be painful. You know, you guys could hear it, and then he walks upstairs like no hitch in his giddy up or nothing.
And everybody will remark on what a remarkable healing skill Miss Cookie has.
meanwhile, I'm just
And I'm
going.
sure you're more than willing to let her take credit for it to kind of
Oh,
to
absolutely.
deflect.
Uh,
And she won't say anything. She
I'll
knows the crew is a superstitious lot. Some of them might have actually seen you charge your blade against the whale, but I think at the time they were way too freaked out to care.
good.
And probably don't remember it clearly, if at all.
I would probably say, thank God it was only a dislocated, shoulder or whatever, and not broken. Uh, wonderful job, Miss Cookie.
All right, now, because I'm squirreling all over the place, we're going to go
What?
back, and
That
I'm going to
never
tell
happened.
you a little bit more about the Cayman Islands. But I wanted to ask about that flag. So you guys are not flying a flag. Miss Cookie can stitch you a flag.
Sure.
She's got sailcloth and ribbon and stuff. So whatever you want your flag to look like, she
I
probably
like
could.
the ship of fools flag, man. I really like that. That's because it's a fool's errand that we're on. Alistair realizes
But
that he
yeah, it
has
is.
no options.
It's a variation on the skull and bones that you're flying, because that's the ship of wolf's flag. It's basically, instead of the crossbones, it's a saber and a mug. But other than that, it's still
I'd say we're
obvious
not very
pirate
well
flag.
known.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but it would
Newbies. Look, it's a bunch of newbie pirates.
on a
Right?
brigantine with 10 guns, so they're not fucking around.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, there's that.
It's like most pirates wish they had a boat like this. You know, most of the smaller pirates. And all right, there aren't any places of interest, but Alistair, you were um, in a pub one night somewhere up in the north of England, while in port, and you got this old sailor started telling tales of um, the magical sisters in the Cayman Islands, how there were two magical sisters, and one was good and one was not so good, and how they ensnared men into their games against each other, and how sometimes it was difficult to tell which was the evil one and which was the good one. And so if you ever get involved, choose carefully.
Let's make these repairs and get the hell back on the water where we belong.
So,
Quick, quick. On delay.
Assisted. So you guys are headed towards the Caymans to find shallows to repair.
Yes.
All right. Make me a boating check, Mr. Cray. All right. You sail for, let's see, what is the speed of your ship fast enough that you might reach the islands? Napes, roll me a d12.
All right.
Let's see if Kukulkan comes for you again. No, but just as you make the Cayman Reefs, you can see out of the south there's a storm brewing. But Don Julio will steer you to a cove where you can stop, do your repairs for the night. No repair necessary. Are you guys going to spend the night on the beach or in the boat?
You mean on the ship?
Alistair, knowing this story, would like to not be on this beach if we can help it. We're only here to make repairs and get the hell out. I don't want to be involved with any witches. And Alistair would very much be, a believer in witchcraft.
Mm-hmm.
So
Although
you
I will
guys
do my
are you guys going to stay off the beach altogether?
My adventurous bone in me can't hardly keep from wanting to at least get out and, explore.
Stretch your legs.
Yeah, stretch.
All right,
Stretch the
give
legs.
me notice checks.
yeah.
Napes, you do notice up the beach that you guys are sheltered in one of the in the easternmost of the large islands of the Caymans, and you can see to the north of you up the beach in the distance looks like a promontory that sticks out onto the water that looks like it might have had some sort of structure on it at one time that maybe has crumbled and fallen down. And looking the other way to the south, you can see that the cliffs come right down to the beach and kind of out into the water, and you see what look like could be caves. But you'd say that it's 2 or 3 miles away in that direction, and probably a couple of miles to the ruins in the other direction. But nearby you on the beach is the remains of a shipwreck. Looks like it's been here a long time. And Napes, you caught a glimpse of what you thought was a face in the hull of that shipwreck for a second, and then it ducked aside into the shadows. And this is right about, I'd say right about dusk, you guys anchored and you started lowering people over the side of the ship to look at the damage and, get on the repairs. And you thought you saw somebody in that shipwreck or something in that shipwreck. You're pretty sure it was a person.
Right. Okay. Yeah, Captain. There's a shipwreck down the beach.
The shipwreck is
And-
something everybody can see.
Right. Oh, okay. And that shipwreck down the beach.
Yeah.
There's somebody living in it. Like a person.
Well, so looking
Now-
at all the, there's probably all this different stuff up there. So, I'd ask Napes, who obviously has way better sight than Cray does. Should we send a scavenging crew ashore?
Well, and I'm looking at because it's like getting on nighttime, right?
It is
Jinko?
getting on nighttime, yeah.
I'll look up at the sky and say, maybe it's morning.
Where's
Considering-
the fun in that?
Yeah, I'll agree with her.
Well,
Why tempt Providence?
plus,
It appears been
Speaking-
outvoted.
sailor being a, what do you call it? What's the word that, superstitious.
Yes, sailors are very superstitious.
So, I'd say
Yeah, so
might,
double the
it
watches
might go
tonight.
over better in the morning.
Yep, we'll stay on the ship, double the watches tonight. Tomorrow morning we'll, at sunrise send out a scavenging crew that needs to be back by midday, and then we're out of here.
Shortly after sundown, you guys are all still on board the ship, kind of anchored out away from the shore away. You guys notice a bright light, and Napes, you look to the north, and what you saw through your spyglass that looked like the ruins of a tower, there is a bonfire there now, and you think you can see figures gathered around it.
Are they dancing around it?
No, they're just standing around it.
Okay. Long as they're not like dancing and,
Well,
we
as
start
far
hearing
as you can
drums.
tell, you see figures standing around it, or you
So-
think you see figures standing around it.
What's the
It's
temperature?
still a couple of miles away. This is early June in the Caribbean. I would
Oh, okay.
say it's probably after dark
90.
in the low 90s and probably 85% humidity.
Yeah,
So
they don't
it's,
need.
It's pretty sweltery. They don't need a fire like that.
Yeah, they don't need a bonfire
Mm-mm.
unless it's a cooking
yeah.
fire.
I'll take
big
smarts
cooking fire.
checks from everybody.
Mm.
Bye.
Stitch, you'd think, or maybe
There it goes.
it's a signal fire.
Ooh.
Oh God, who are they signaling? Long as it's not, Cthulhu coming out of the water.
Let's get the cannons loaded
Oh.
just in case.
Just wanted you guys to see the T-shirt
this
I'm wearing
humidity?
today.
Yeah.
Can you see that on my T-shirt? I don't know. if you
Cthulhu,
can.
yeah. Cthulhu. I've never played Call of Cthulhu.
It's a different mindset. It's not like D&D. You have to understand that, it is a story-based game, and you're not going to have a happy ending.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
If you're lucky, you'll
It's
keep your
just
sanity. If you're lucky.
if you're lucky, you're the last one to lose your sanity.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I could go into a whole treatise about Lovecraft's philosophy. Um, yes, I have to credit Miss Martian Cat with my collection of T-shirts. She pretty much every T-shirt I've got that is awesome, she found and gifted me. This is one of them.
Awesome.
This is like the crown jewel of my collection. This and my Edna Mode T-shirt.
Edna mode.
Damn
Okay.
right, I have an Edna Mode T-shirt and a Mr. Incredible T-shirt.
Awesome.
It's my favorite movie of all time. Anyhow, you guys ride the night out. Sometime around midnight, the fire dies down to embers, and by morning, it's gone. All right, now I need to deal a card. Okay, it is a diamond. All right, you guys begin your repairs. I'll take notice checks. All right, Napes, you've noticed that as the sun comes up, you can see that a small crowd of people has gathered at the shipwreck, and they're kind of looking in your direction and waving, and over the surf you can kind of hear shouts, but you guys are like probably a couple 300 yards off the shore, but it looks like they're trying to get your attention.
But this shipwreck looks old, doesn't it?
The shipwreck does
yeah.
not look recent, no.
So if I'm looking for my what do you call it? My
Spyglass.
Thank you. I was gonna say eyeglass, and I'm like, no, I'm wearing eyeglasses. It's
Telescope.
yeah. No,
All
my
right,
glass.
They look like um, shipwrecked pirates or sailors, mostly European stock, maybe a few African, a few natives, but they look like shipwrecked crew. Their clothes are in rags. Some of them, bear injuries, but they're waving bits of sailcloth to try to get your attention.
And up
How
from
many?
the crow's nest, I don't see any other like ships around like that
No,
might
there's
be
none close.
also.
Given this is the Cayman and the Pirate Havens, you probably see maybe the occasional tip of the sail in a distance, but after a moment of studying, you can tell that it's not headed in your direction and not a concern.
Okay.
But you did get a raise on your notice.
Oh, I did.
What you notice that while the bonfire isn't there, the figures that you saw standing there are still standing there and not moving.
Okay. You know those figures that I saw last night around the bonfire? They're
Yeah.
still standing there. That's kind of creepy.
Where's their bonfire at?
It burnt out during the night.
So you can
Yeah.
see
You can
charred
see,
wood.
you can see, yeah, you can see the remains where the bonfire was. Yes.
Oh, you know what? I'm also still getting a
Mapes.
+2 Joker bonus,
Ooh, okay, well, let me
and I'm
do
and
this
I'm
then.
still targeting Dicky Mo.
Let me
So
cycle a new round where nobody's got a joker, and then
okay,
all right.
and that would give me a 5. Okay.
Yeah, make me a smarts check. You thinking that figures standing that close to a bonfire, it would be awfully hot, especially given the size of the bonfire.
Yeah. Even though the bonfire is now out, let's say
And these, they haven't moved.
No.
Yeah, they're cooked.
Yeah. Didn't hear any screams overnight, so
Well, it was 2 miles away, so you're only barely seeing this through your superior sight and your spyglass.
right. Maybe they were cooking those people. I mean, there was the place that we were at where they were, you know, ready to cook. Well, they let a tree eat Miss Cookie's husband, so
Right.
yeah.
And I don't know. Alistair is not willing to give a command to send a scavenging crew ashore without Bloodknock and Jeffers, the officers of the ship, you know, to say that, yeah, we
Mock some
approve this.
heads.
Well, if they're willing
In
to
a
take the
spiritual sense, of
risk, I
course.
mean, Alistair's intrigued, but he's not gonna take the responsibility of giving,
Jeffers is willing to take the risk. There's not much that he is afraid of or willing to back down from, natural or otherwise. So yeah,
Okay.
if it comes to cracking heads, Jeffers is just he's just your asshole.
He enjoys cracking heads.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I get to be mean to people. Bring it on. Don
Right.
Julio, on the other hand, has no interest in forays on the land. He is capable on board the ship, but he has no interest in accompanying you off the ship unless he has a need to be there. So he won't be
right.
going along. But then again, he's not an officer on the ship and doesn't really have a say. At least I would assume.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know that it's safe to leave him on the ship while we all fuck off on shore
Shit.
because, well, he's a capable man. Maybe he'll force Cookie to do something that we don't want him to do.
He's also one man, and this is Savage Worlds, and 32 crewmen will overwhelm him.
There's that.
Well,
I'm gonna immediately pull out my runes and do the shake up, and see what the gods say.
Make me a spirit check.
You got it.
right again later.
Right? I know. This is my magic 8-ball.
Yep, pretty much.
You get a brief, you know, and this is the first time it's happened. Maybe you're touching on a greater power and you're on the verge of actually, at some future advance, gaining power. You see a glittering golden chest, and the lid is just cracked, and there's a light gleaming out from under it. But all across the lid of the chest crawl centipedes and spiders and scorpions and nasty, bitey, stingy, poisonous things. And only for a second you saw that. And then, like, there's something good here. Something real good. But it's underneath something real bad.
Gotcha.
And that's kind of the important you get from that.
Okay. Captain, I believe there's something really, like, really good treasure here, but kind of have to go through whatever they are, or something. Reply hazy, try again later. But we'd have to go through some bad things. They might be the bad things, or they may be the start of the bad things.
You remember,
Okay.
you remember the story you were told about
The sisters?
Yes.
Alistair's curiosity is piqued. I mean, he.
Oh yeah.
Not,
so his
you know.
neighbors is like, yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing.
We should check it.
There's nothing that he's, would shock him at this point. I don't think. Well, this is Savage World. That's bullshit. There's,
Human
but,
sacrifice, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'm thinking is, he looks at Bloodknock and he says, I can't resist. Ready one of the landing craft, one of the jolly boats, and we'll have the crew, lower it down. And Alistair grabs, makes sure his cutlass is on, and he's gonna go ahead and prime his pistol.
Jeffers is going with you. You gonna take anybody else?
I come up with, pistolry and wait, what else do I have? I've got my sword, my slingshot, my musket that I got, I think, from Jeffers, but and my turnout pistol. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. Bring lots more shot and lots more bullets.
I'll pack my heat and I'll jump into the jolly boat with the rest of them.
All right. Are you guys going to land there by the shipwreck where the crowd is gathered? Looks like 10, 15 people. It's hard to tell.
No.
Are you going to land a little ways down the beach from them?
A little ways down the beach. And if we can do it, we try and land without them seeing us land.
There's no way to do that.
There is no way.
Yeah, this is all lowlands. They're going to see you coming, and wherever you head to beach, they're going to kind of start trickling. Not running or frothing, but kind of like headed in that direction. But I'll take a boating check from one of you to get to ground, separate from them before they can be where you're at. All right. You guys pull up to the beach and, Captain, you have no way of knowing this. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of meta, but the captain setting foot on this beach technically ended the voyage you embarked on and ended the wrath of Kukulkan until such a time as you embark again, when a fresh sacrifice will be needed. your occult roll from earlier, well, your general occult knowledge will let you know that now that you've come ashore as the captain, it's considered the end of that journey. Your journey is over. You successfully avoided the wrath of Kukulkan by coming ashore.
But he's going to require his just due when we set sail
Yeah.
again. Okay.
Something precious. That's read into
Well,
that what you will.
all right. So, I mean, we're not. I mean, Alistair has primed his pistol. He's got it in his right hand. He's got his cutlass in his left hand, and he's moving up the beach towards these guys.
All right.
Looking for an advantageous place to wait for them to come the rest of the way to us.
All right. It's pretty much just open beach and seagrass. So there's you can stand at the beach or you can move up off the beach a little bit.
Move up off the beach because the purchase will probably be better up there than trying to slog around in sand.
And one of the, as you guys land, you'll see a couple of them will, kind of start jogging in your direction, not breaking out into a full run, but kind of jogging in your direction. And as he gets close enough to see you, he'll say, "Be you English?"
And yeah, trying to sound as much like as Paul as I can. I'm not gonna try the accent. It just pisses Paul off. His fucking Cockney comes out any minute.
No, don't piss me off. It makes me chuckle, is what it does.
Um,
He will say, "Thank God we're saved at last. We've been shipwrecked here. And I fear there are not many of us left." And he will point to the south. "By night, we watch with fire and guard against the sea witch." And he'll point south towards the rocks. "She lives in the caves."
so these guys, what's the equivalent of an inside check? I guess it's just notice in Savage
I'll
Worlds.
take spirit. A spirit check, yes.
Nice.
There's something odd in his voice and something odd in the look in his eyes. And he'll be like, we thought we was cursed. We thought she was going to take us all. Some of us went there to try to take her, and they didn't come back. Like, we have a camp north of here. And he will point in the other direction towards where you guys saw the bonfire and the ruin of the tower. There are perhaps a dozen more of us there. I don't suppose you would have room aboard your ship for some shipwrecked passengers.
I don't suppose we would, but we might send somebody back to get you. I'm gonna look at Napes and Jeffers and Stitch.
And he will look fearfully. And he's like, I fear there may be none of us left, for slowly but surely we disappear or fall under the sway of the witch.
Okay. Where's your shipwreck? Is that what I'm looking at here?
Yeah, he'll point at the shipwreck.
And when you say it doesn't look, how old does it look? I mean, are we talking, it's been here a month, it's
Make me
been
a
here,
notice check. It's been here maybe a year. It looks like pieces of it have been being pulled off to burn.
okay.
And at the rate they're pulling pieces off, it might have been mostly a whole ship at one point, but you deduce that maybe they've been making bonfires every night out of it, and they maybe have 3 or 4 nights of bonfires left before the shipwreck is gone, and there's nothing else really on this island much to burn.
All right. I'm gonna tell them to lead the way back to the wreck. Where Napes, where are you saying that we need to go? You said you feel there's something great here. And by the way, we're gonna talk about that in more detail later in private.
Okay. I'm like, I'm looking like, just like, am I in trouble, Captain?
No.
Oh,
No, it's just worth discussing.
okay. That's just what
Yeah,
the
you know how I don't like
runes tell me.
surprises.
Ah,
I don't
yeah,
know
surprises
why.
are
There
not
we
good.
go.
Too much weirdness going on.
This voyage has been a whole bunch of weirdness.
All right.
I'm relying on
So then
Napes
I'll say,
to lead the way.
there's
You've got a place that you said, we need to go check
that
that
I
out.
saw.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it didn't, but Rob, if this is right, it didn't tell me like where.
It didn't. All it said was that, where you're at, there's something good to be found, but it's,
Did it?
you're going to have to go
Well,
through something dangerous to get it.
right. Okay.
Okay.
I say, well, I'm not sure if it's here in this ship or up there. There's a
Anyways, yeah, let's say
ruin up there.
the shipwreck
So,
itself is about a quarter mile up the beach from where you landed. You can get there, and you can see that, what's left of the hull. They've got some sailcloths, and it looks like they're using it as a shelter during the day. And you can see that all told, there's maybe 15 or 16 people here, and that and the leader among them, who still hasn't given you his name, will say that at night we go onto the promontory and we light the bonfires and usually keep it burning. For some reason, the witch never comes after midnight. So it's all about surviving till midnight.
Okay.
But right now it's early morning. But we're afraid we're going to. And you still get the feeling, Alistair, that something isn't right. Something isn't right here. Either he's not telling you something or there's something quirky about his behavior. You can't pin it down, but he just unsettles you.
Okay, I don't have a spill the beans card, so.
And he will say that we believe that the witch lives in the caves to the south. Our captain went there to confront her. He never came back.
And who be your captain?
We call him Captain Stormhorn. We never really knew his name. He's nobody you've
Didn't
heard
know.
of.
You don't know your own captain's name?
Pirates.
Hmm.
Yeah, most of them really don't want their real names out there because they're wanted someplace. like
Well, there's that.
Alan
Yes,
Crane.
because
You know.
these guys are pirates. Make no doubt about it. They are pirates.
Uh, you, you know, witches really. Now, inside, Alistair thinks, yeah, probably, but he's intrigued, and if there's something of value here, what better place to look?
Let's kill
Don't you,
everybody.
Mr.
We can
Bloodman?
find
Don't you
something.
agree?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, how about this? There's a good possibility you get to knock some heads.
Oh, now
Is that
that's attractive. Yes.
okay? All right, there you go. I'm going to tell these guys they are not to get anywhere near my ship, and whatever sailors rowed us to shore, I'm going to, tell them that it's these 16 and they got another 12 someplace else, you said?
Yeah, they have. Well, there were 16 or so that came out to meet you, and there were like a dozen more inside what was left of the shipwreck. So you got
Okay,
about 25, 26 people here.
okay.
All of them men,
All right.
various ages, all
Yeah.
of them pirates, not all of them able-bodied. Some of them look like they have, typical pirate type injuries, missing a finger, missing a hand, missing an eye, scar on the face or on the shoulder or something.
Yeah, so whatever, if we had some crew row us to shore, I want them to go back to the ship. The ship's to stay on the alert. If we're not back before nightfall, you double the watches again tonight. Give some different, directions. By no means do you let these guys get anywhere near us. They can't. They probably, they've got no jolly boat or anything to get out to the
Well,
ship, right?
you don't see one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you will notice that since you guys came ashore, somebody, perhaps Don Julio, has, spun the ship on the anchor slightly so that the broadside is facing the beach where you're at.
Smart man.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so with a twinkle in his eye and a little kind of, a half smirk, a twist to the corner of his mouth, he looks at Mr. Bloodknock and Napes and Jeffers, and he says, "Well, shall we?"
Sure, but this time you wear the tutu, Captain.
The tutu. You're a funny one there, Mr. Bloodknock. And
I have my moments.
yeah, yeah, it's rare though it is. All right, towards that. Now, does it look like we need to take a boat to these sea caves, or does the beach?
Looks
Like-
like the beach goes right up to where the rocks come out of the water. So
Okay.
yeah, looks like you could go along the beach to get to those caves.
Okay, and there's the sea caves, and then there's the like the
There's a tower
ruin?
yeah, in the other direction where the bonfire was.
ah. Okay, so it's kind of like almost a triangle from where we are.
Not
In a
so much a
sense that
triangle.
there's-
There's a beach that runs mostly north-south. To the north of you is a promontory where about 2 miles away is a promontory where you saw the bonfire. to the south, a little bit farther than that, maybe 3 miles away, you can see a rocky outcrop comes down to the shore and actually goes out into the water, and you can see some cave mouths in that outcrop.
Ah.
And make me another notice check. What looks like could be the ruins of another structure on top of the rocks in that direction.
Okay, so the promontory where the bonfire was is where the shipwreck is, and these sailors have been
Well, no,
held up.
the shipwreck
Is
is
near-
approximately halfway between.
Okay.
So the bonfire is a hike to the north from here. Actually, quite a hike, and then the caves are a hike to the south from here.
And on above the caves is some kind of structure.
The ruins of some kind of structure. Looks like maybe just standing stones of some sort, or maybe the ruins of columns from what might have been a tower. It's
A
hard to
fairy
tell.
ring? Are you saying there's a fairy ring?
It could be. Make me an occult check.
Ooh.
Damn right, it looks like a fairy ring.
That's where Alistair wants to go first, because
It's
that's where
like-
all of his powers kind of started. Was
And you're wondering, fairies are, those are the forests of northern Europe and the British Isles kind of power and lore. This isn't. You wouldn't expect to find fairies in this part of the world, but
Right.
then you never know. Every part of the world has its own superstitions and creatures. But it looked like a fairy ring.
let's work our way there, and then perhaps drop down into the caves and take a look around. Look around on the outside first while we got daylight.
What
Hi,
about
Captain. Good.
what
good
about
idea.
the tide? Is the tide gonna wash away egress when we need to get out?
Make me a boating check. The tide should not be a concern.
Well, this is good to know. You don't want to get trapped in caves that are slowly flooding with water.
Right. Okay. Alistair kind of grabs his belt and his sword belt, and he hitches his pants up a little bit, really trying to bolster his own courage more than anything, and he takes off down the beach.
Right on his heels. Not too close, but yeah.
Give me a second here. I need to modify something.
Cabin boy. Ah, that's me.
All right. As you guys are moving up the beach, make me perception rolls. Notice checks. Yeah. It's okay. In second edition D&D, they were called observation checks.
That's weird. I just rolled it and it's not
Oh, yeah.
showing up in the.
Yeah, same here.
We may have lost
Oh, yeah.
connectivity to the table.
I
All right,
s-
guys.
I see it. All right. Give me a second.
Mine's been having issues. I notice everybody else's, cameras are clear and mine's all.
Mine did the same thing that yours did earlier, and I had to mute the camera and then turn it back on, just like yours is doing now.
Just a
Oh,
second.
there's my
Oh
roll.
yeah, my table is
That's
chugging
a nice
pretty
11.
hard right now
I'll take it.
because I
All
had
right, let
to
me try that
delete a
then.
whole bunch of shit from Combat Tracker, and it's not liking it much.
When you say mute the camera, what do you mean? Just like
In the thing, there
turn
should
it
be
off
a
and
button
turn it
to
back on?
Yeah.
All right. I
Did you try
think I
turning it
might
off and
have
turning it
actually
back on?
crashed the
Okay.
table this time.
Turn it off and on.
I am an IT guy. That's the first thing I'm going to ask you. Did you turn it off and
Oh
back
my
on?
god.
I ask
The
him if it's
IT
plugged in.
right? The IT crowd, man.
First rule of computing: is it plugged in? I had some geezer at the ASU here when I worked there as a tech argue with me. My computer, it's not working. It was working yesterday. It turns out the cleaning people had unplugged it. But he swore up and down. That, oh no, there's something wrong with my computer. So hey, it's a service call. He gets charged, minimum hours time.
I redid it, so there we go.
I have accidentally resized my window and now cannot get to the top of the chat window, which is way the hell up there.
If you right click, you can unlock that and then you can move it back where you want it.
Yeah, but I got to get a hold of the top of the window to move it back down.
No, you don't have to. I think you can grab it anywhere where there isn't text.
Oh, there it goes. It did, yeah. Sweet.
Yeah, because it happens to me. I span it across two screens, and if I minimize it, everything gets wedged in the top left-hand corner, and then I have to pull it all back out before I can see it again. It's a huge pain in the ass.
I tell you what, I know it's not quite break time yet, but my bladder thinks it is.
So let's go ahead and it's close enough. Let's go ahead and take our break now, and I'll set up. I'll finish. We'll see you in 10. Let's do that.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
off a little bit short there, didn't I? Didn't I? And we're back. And let's go to. Hopefully. Oh, it didn't crash. Okay. Let's transition to that then. All right. Are y'all back?
Yeah, sorry about that. Had to return a call to my father. He's on a mission, and God bless him.
Yeah.
Mid-70s, a little bit of dementia, but he has to have, he ran a huge company for years, so he has to have a project.
All right. As you guys, let me share that with you, and let's switch over to the chart room so everybody can see. There we go.
Got the tokens, waiting on the map image.
Citizen Blue, thank you for the sub. All right, you guys are approaching the menhirs, the stone columns, and it does indeed look like a hinge of some sort. Let's see, these were your most recent notice checks. You notice as you approach, you can see people kind of hiding behind and peeking out from the stones.
People like.
This thing ain't right about that.
They look to be dressed, well, pretty much the same as the guys on the beach, only their clothes aren't in such disrepair. You'll see one of them. He'll step out when you guys are there, and he'll say, "Oh, that's close enough." And you can see that he has a musket, not a flintlock pistol, but a full-on musket hoisted up and kind of pointed in your direction. "Come no closer, you'll catch lead."
Alistair stops, raises his hands. "We mean you no harm."
"We don't care what you mean. Turn around, get on your boat, and sail away. I won't ask a second time." And you can hear the click of him pulling the hammer back on the musket.
I'm gonna drop prone. I think it's the smartest thing to do.
I'm going to charge at him. But I'm going to zigzag my charge as much as I can.
Serpentine, serpentine.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's do this then.
I do not like being threatened.
Yeah, it pissed me off to do that. I'm gonna drop prone on myself here. Is that okay, Jingo?
Yeah, because it costs no action to hit the ground.
Okay.
I'm gonna deal. Let's see. I'm going to. I have to shuffle the deck from the tools.
golly, he's
And we'll deal fresh cards.
what is he? 29. Fuck, he's 29 paces away from me.
Yeah, this is a long open space.
Okay.
It's your first. You drop prone.
I drop prone, and with my pistol, I take aim.
Okay. Aim is your action this round. Oh, I didn't have Jeffers on the map. He's right there with you. Jeffers?
Oh, he looks mad. I'm shooting Jeffers.
Well, don't Jeffers and, you know, Bloodmock pretty much have the same expression all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're pissed off at the world and each other.
Angry.
Jeffers takes off running in that direction. Like he's going to try to move around and flank. But that's what he does. He runs. Napes. There's one guy over there and he's got a rifle and you guys have nowhere to hide from it. What do you want to do?
Let's see.
Let me,
What is
real
my-
quick, I'm going to bring up the Savage Roads book and give you guys your combat options so you know whether you can what you can do in addition to just, because I know Stitch said he was, here we go.
I'm trying to evade being shot.
Evasion, let's see. That's not what I'm looking for. I believe what I'm looking for is defend. No, defend is not. I'm trying to find exactly. I'm going to rule that it falls under evasion. He's a long way off and it's a big rifle. So if he makes an attack, if he attacks you, you can make an agility check at -2. If you're successful, you're able to dodge him and avoid damage when your turn comes while moving.
Nice.
Provided you just tell me you're evading that round. So what are you doing?
Right. I need to measure, and I'm trying to remember how to.
I thought I had tokens locked.
Okay. You do. Should we be in squares or?
It doesn't matter. However, this
Okay.
is my ruling. If you are not exactly in a square, and I lay out an area effect that hits multiple squares, if you are in one of those squares, you are considered to be in the area effect, even if you're not all the way in that square.
That was not where I wanted to move.
Okay, go ahead and put yourself where you wanted to move. Did you run this round? Or did you just no? You just have normally a very
I was just
fast
trying
pace.
to measure. I was just trying to measure how far I could get, and it moved me, and I'm like,
I moved you.
Yeah. Okay.
Put you
So
there.
don't move me. I'm just.
Looks like Snap to
there we
Grid
go.
might not be on.
Let's see. Forgot that I went and got my coffee and stuff out of storage, and it's brewing right now.
Now it is.
Okay. 6, 7, 8. Wait. Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
I was just
All right,
checking the Snap to Grid.
If I'm gonna just like run, what is it double or I don't know how that works in Savage Worlds.
If you just run, you click the run button, and you get to add whatever you roll to your pace, and that's what you get to do, and that's
right.
considered
really?
yeah. Well,
Is that something I can Benny?
No.
Okay, so instead of doing 8, I can do 9.
Yeah, this round, and
Okay.
it already counts you as multi-action, so you can still do something else. You'll just take the -2 for multi-action because you ran this round.
No, I'm just gonna run, and I'm gonna run, I guess to like that square. I'll have a less chance
So you
of,
guys start scattering.
but I'm staying low,
Okay, you're
because which is
evading.
sure.
Okay,
I'm good at
that's
that.
what I wanted to hear.
Okay.
One moment, I had to click through all of the people you can't see yet. I didn't have time to set up line of sight on this map. And you were evading as well? And are you going to do anything else besides run?
I can't hear you, Paul.
Okay, I was gonna say, is it me? I can't hear you. Are you on mute?
Yes, I'm on mute.
He's on.
Uh,
He was on a phone call.
no, I was just on mute because I didn't want to hear you guys. I didn't want you guys to hear me munching on my popcorn. But anyhow, no, I'm going to run there. I'm not sure that there's much more I can do. I don't really want.
You can shoot if you want.
Yeah, but that would. I think that. Am I going to suffer negative penalties for shooting?
Range penalties and a -2 for running. Yes.
Yeah, so no, I'm not
So
going to shoot.
you can just evade instead, which
Yep,
means if he shoots you, you'll get an agility check at -2 to just dodge it.
sounds good.
Alright. Another guy comes out from the rock right there.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I'm sure there's heebie-jeebies behind every one of those frickin' rocks.
Yeah.
So really, if you opened the, let's see, distract, stun, the drop down, no. So in the effects, if you used light cover, that gives you attacks against you at -2, which would work because they don't really have a.
Well, make me an
evade.
agility check, and you can just evade that. Agility at -2 because you're evading. When he steps out and tries to pop you with his musket.
Agility at -2?
Yeah, ensign blood knock. Yes.
Oh, I thought it was at +2.
Oh yeah,
No,
go
it's at
baby, go baby,
-2.
go.
He
Nice.
takes a shot, and you zig when he zagged, and that shot goes right by you. Evasion. Nice. We just saw it in action. The other guy is gonna. You put the prone on you, Alistair?
I did put the prone on me, yes.
Because he's gonna try to shoot you.
No.
With range penalty and the prone
And miss.
and miss.
That's what we want to see.
And a puff of dirt comes up where the musket ball punches the dirt near where you would have been if you were standing up.
Missed me, bitch.
Oh, I so need calculating. Calculating edge. I'm always going, last combat.
You or me. I rarely get like now. I'm first. Yeah, that's a fucking rarity.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
normally at the
first last
very
round. What?
yeah. I'm normally at the very very bottom of the combat tracker.
Well,
Well, that happens. Level-headed means that you get to discard anything that's a 5 or lower, I think. Or you
Nice.
get to redraw if you get a 5 or lower. Um, I believe quickness is the one that allows you to draw twice and take the better, and those two edges stack.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
So
gonna
there
run
are
it.
My list.
there are definitely ways to improve your initiative. But Stitch,
well,
it's your turn.
or your action, because you can take calculating, and if you draw a 4 or less, you get to add +2 or +4 something to your, or ignore so many points of penalties.
Yeah, because you go slow. All right, so you're
Gonna
still
move there, and I'm gonna evade.
you liking that, huh?
Well, shit. At least it works. Well, it worked for me.
It did. It saved you from catching a bullet
Yep.
because bullets still hurt. Miss Napes,
Mm-hmm.
it is your turn.
All right. I see this other guy now, and I'm like, great. Um, right up in front of me here. Oh shoot, I can't bip it. But oops, nope, don't want that. These don't move me. Just this stuff here, and all this stuff here. Is that enough for little old me
No,
to be able to
that
hide
is
behind?
no. There's nowhere to hide. This is all flat open ground.
You can only hide behind the pillars.
Yeah, this is
Mm.
this is big flat open ground.
Okay.
Gotta have a place for the worshippers to stand while you're doing your ceremonies.
Wait. Yep. Nope. I was just thinking because she's small, she could possibly use some of those rocks.
Indeed,
But
there's a pile of something in the center, but
Skulls.
it's really hard to make. Well, it does. No, you'd have to get closer to look, or spend your round taking a notice roll to look. But there's something piled up there.
that would probably be the dead bodies they burned last night. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna try to get a little bit more between me and Dipsy Doodle 59 over there. So I'm gonna hit the run again. Really?
Damn.
It's just not your day.
Just
Holy
like oh no, just like the other day, I have a new verb. My dice have Will Wheatoned me. Every time I have been Will Wheatoned. And hopefully you would get a kick out of that, so. Alright, actually I'm gonna stay at that range and just straight on, just beat feet.
Still evading.
Yes. Oh god, yes.
I figure these fuckers have got to reload this round anyhow.
Or, well, the
Or
two
they have
guns
a
that I have take 2 rounds to reload.
well.
Unless they've got, like, several guns
You
that are wasted.
exactly. Shush! Don't curse me.
Well,
Don't
I'm
give the
just saying-
DM ideas.
Oh, great. Another one just flipping popped up.
Yeah, you look back that way
Oh
and
my
you
god,
see
a whole bunch of other ones.
a
Oh, I
whole
can
bunch
see them.
of them kind of hiding up there behind the rocks.
Did you get your
Okay.
Benny? Did he get his Benny, Jingo? Stitch? Spencer bought a Benny for him.
I didn't get
For having the
Oh.
stones to rush the stones.
many.
He
Woohoo!
Here comes a Benny.
Oh, it's just his character. He would do that
Stitch gets a
because he
Benny.
don't.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you,
He
Sven.
don't take shit, and he's really thin-skinned.
Sounds like the player.
Maybe.
A little bit.
That fucking Cockney attitude. That's funny.
Yeah.
Mhm.
hanging out in the SCA and at the Ren, you know, talking shit is a sport, competitive.
Is it?
It is.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Actually, on the Ren Fair, it
Oh
might
yeah.
be, you know, a sport, but in the SCA, it's a way of life.
I tell people that the people ask, "What are the requirements for your job?" You got to have a thick skin, and you got to be able to talk a line of shit. Yes.
Yep.
That's
We
how
had
we
a
blow off steam as we talk shit to each other. It's good natured. Sometimes it's a little barbed, but it's never mean, and we never direct it at people that aren't willing to play the game. But
Right.
we have some legendary shit talking at work.
Sounds like
Anyways.
tournament foosball to me. Foosball, I stand across the table and I mean I'm shit talking my opponents the whole time and
Oh yeah. Well,
you know
that's
that's just
part
the
of.
way it
That's
is.
like the first rule of
A
foosball.
foosball, yeah.
Rule number 1: you must shit talk your opponent.
All right. Mate 59 says Eep drops his musket and draws his pistol on you.
He does.
Bang! Agility check at -2 to dodge that bullet.
Wait. Oh no, that's. What does that do?
Come on.
I'm just looking at my my adventure cards.
Oh crap! I didn't even look at mine. Uh-oh.
Here, can I play this instead?
Absolutely. All right, this guy is not the wild card, so I'm going to give that back to you.
Okay.
That's to get a boss to soliloquy on
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry.
you. So I'm giving that back to you.
All right,
Yeah,
so I need to make another agility check, huh?
at -2, yeah, because you were evading and you can just, because you're zigging and zagging and he's trying to train his pistol on you and he's, you know, you make it hard.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't close. I opened up the villainous verbosity card, and I can't close it now.
That's success, please.
That is a success. You combat roll and come back up on your feet. Actually, let's. Where's it at?
I'm gonna make fish food out of you.
Jingo, let me disco recon real quick while my turn's coming up.
Okay, that's fine.
Because it was that card was blocking my character sheet and my window layout. Can't have it.
Yeah, it happens. All right.
You lousy landlubber.
And he shoots a pistol and he tosses that down too. His buddy who shot at Lieutenant Jeffers last round will shoot at him as well and miss.
I'm gonna score you. Come here, shark fight.
Lieutenant Jeffers.
Ah, so you can roll something other than a 1. Awesome.
Yeah, I rolled a 2. And he runs there, and he is also evading to try to get close. Because them with their muskets. Give me a second here. All right. There is movement. You see where my arrow is pointing towards the center of the circle? There is something going on there. I'll take notice checks from all of you real quick. See.
Boo.
Nope.
Alistair.
I'm face down, getting shot at. I'm not looking up anywhere.
You're looking down in the dirt, and because you got a critical failure, you look up and you realize that there's a crab hanging on your beard, and he's trying to, get a pincher on your lower lip, but he's not there yet. But you've got a crab on your beard, and if you don't at least take an action to do something and knock him off, he might become a problem.
The cabin's got crabs. Oh no!
But Napes, it looks like there's water bubbling up out of the ground there.
And I was like,
Alistair, it's your turn. If
All
you
right.
wish, you can ignore the crab. I mean, it's just a crab.
This is what I'm going to do.
Huh? Okay.
I'm going to stand up, which takes 2 of my pace. I am going to run. So that would be 9.
Okay.
you got a 5. Rude.
No, you just have shitty dice rolls.
Let me get on a
Yeah.
square.
Well, I have the same curse as Wayne, so
Yep.
My second action will be to try to get this damn crab off my...
It's not. All you have to do is tell me you're getting it off. You reach up, you pull it off, and you throw it.
Yeah. Yeah, I pull it off and I throw
Crab
it
frisbee.
with my left hand.
lose a couple
Still got the
beard hairs while you're at it.
still got the pistol in my right hand, and I want to drop to the ground again.
He's getting a Brazilian.
Dropping to the ground costs nothing. And
All right. So
He's being
I am.
froggy.
Did I take prone off? No, I didn't. So good. Still there.
Yeah.
I am ready to pass my turn if you are ready for me to do so.
Do it.
You can do
Quit.
it. Oh, nice.
Oh, look at that.
Looks
You
like
get to go
get an
again.
ace. You get to go first.
All right, using 2 of my pace to stand up,
And I'm last. All right.
I will run again, which is 7. And and once again drop prone, which is probably stupid from this distance.
And poor Napes she's faster than anybody, but every time she gets going, she steps in a gopher hole and stumbles.
Right?
These guys.
Yeah. And
you know,
luckily, if I was actually my age trying to run this, every single time I would break an ankle. Every single time.
Yep.
Because that's kind of my life now. I just fall and hurt something.
Yeah, I'd be running, I'd hit that first gopher hole and go down, and I'd stay down.
Yeah, exactly. I'd just be like, all right, gods, come and get me. But yeah, I see that stuff bubbling up, and I'm like, oh, may the gods be merciful.
Is it me? Oh, no. Not yet. No, it's me.
All right, mate 59. No, it's not you.
Oh, no.
Let me go look here at effects here. Gets a worried look on his face. And drops into a defensive stance.
All right, I'm going to...
Draws his cutlass and puts it up like in a parry.
Okay. I'm going to start with my pistol and take a shot at him.
He's still not your turn yet.
No?
No.
Oh, it's mate 85 now, that wanker.
Yeah, he took a shot at
Nothing for you
you.
yet.
He took a shot at you, twice and missed.
Mhm.
He is let's see what he's gonna do. Yeah, he too is going to defend. Stitch.
All right, now I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot him with my pistol. Now that I have some skills in pistol. And I missed. And I will.
Medium range because it's range. Pistols don't have a very good range.
Yeah. Apparently not. Yeah, that's Okay, I'm gonna charge him.
All right, so you're just gonna move up next to him.
Yep,
All right.
that'll work. And I'm good. Well, I do get 2 attacks.
If you want to knife him with your other hand, but
With the duck.
all right. It'll be at an addition. It'll be at a -2 because it's a multi-action, and the shot.
Well,
the shot missed anyways, but would have been an additional -2.
Okay, well, I have.
Oh, you have all the stuff to, but it.
Do dual actions.
Oh, you got the two-fisted.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, it's just an action then.
Okay. And I missed. Yeah.
Well, that's because he was defending and got a +4 to his parry.
Okay.
So yeah, he saw you coming and put up his sword to block. All right, pirate number 23. I'm gonna show you guys actually all the pirates because they're gonna stop hiding.
Yay! We're gonna be overwhelmed.
And, well, no, because the pirates are just something else is about to happen here.
Of course.
Well, the pirates are going to be absorbed by the big thing that's coming out of the middle of the henge, and it's going to be mega pirate.
But they all step out, and unfortunately, the rest of the pirates don't have the long guns that the two mates had. So, you know, their pistols, until you get real close, are really not effective. So they're not going to waste their shots at this range. Lieutenant Jeffries is going to run 9. Still evading. All right. Now, all of a sudden, the water bubbling up out of the ground becomes a column.
A geezer. Look, it's Old Faithful.
You said geezer, and I'm like, it becomes an old man.
It's an old man.
Because yeah, right.
See, and that's a common
here we call it a
misconception.
geezer.
That's a common
Call it a
misperception. But yeah, all right, whatever. Potato. See, and there's a common misperception that a geezer is an old man. No, a geezer is not an old man. A geezer just refers to a man. And if you're a geezer, if somebody say, "Hey man, you're a real geeze," they're actually paying you a compliment. They're not calling you an old dude. Just thought I'd clarify that.
Okie dokie.
Well, I've lived there a long time. It's like every time I've heard people talking about geezer, it's like they're talking about some decrepit old man. It's like, no.
Yeah, but at the same time, my Scottish buddies, they call me a cunt, and they say it's
Well,
not
that's
bad. And I'm
accurate.
like, wait a minute. What do you mean it's not bad?
Well, it depends on how it's used. I mean, really.
Yeah.
All right. A huge column of water spouts out of the ground in the middle of the circle.
Oh shit.
And it forms into the likeness of a woman
Eek.
that is made out of a column of water. And she says, "Enough!" Loud enough that you almost feel the physical force of it wash against you. And I need a spirit check from everybody. All right. The woman says, "Fools, put down your weapons." And you guys have the resolve to not do so. But you see all of the pirates turn towards her, cast their weapons down, and get down on the ground to grovel. You, Napes, what are you gonna do? This looks like something powerful. You don't know what's going on here. But it immediately stopped all of the pirates, or at least that's what they haven't had a chance to act yet, but that's what they're going to do.
Okay. Like, great. Another heebie-jeebie. And I'm going to run to try to get to this. I mean, I know I won't get there right now, but I'm going to go in that direction. So, let me...
Babunsky, hey.
Hey, I got something other than a 1. So... Oh. Dang it. Come back here.
You can click the little X cancel, can't you?
There. That's where I want to go. So I see that come up, and I'm like, ooh, I want a rock between me and that.
Oh, wow.
Wow, 2
Look
bennies.
at that.
You guys back-to-back jokers.
Dang it. And I'm back
I
to
will
back.
take
I'm
spirit.
back to back 2s.
I'll take a spirit check from you, Ensign Stitch.
Okay.
You are not sensing hostility from this thing as it looks in your direction. But then it is, you don't know what it is, and you may or may not. But I will point out that these pirates are still yellow and not red.
I noticed that, but I wasn't going to try to metagame it.
Nope.
I thought the fuckers were shooting at me. That's all I knew. They were shooting at me.
And they were
All
going to shoot at you if you pushed the
Then
issue.
show me twice! Son of a... It makes me very angry.
You wouldn't
But-
like him when he's angry.
No.
You saw this thing. It looked like it bubbled up right out of the ground, and it looks like there's a column of seawater coming right up out of the ground.
That looks like a woman.
That looks like a woman.
It looked like a woman.
Well, Alistair's pretty sure.
I'm alright. Can I hold my action and wait?
Yeah,
and see
absolutely.
what happens?
You're going to go on
Okay.
hold.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on hold.
You don't even have to go on hold. When you draw a joker, that means that you can act at any point during the round with an automatic interrupt.
Okay.
But you can just say, I got a joker, I'm going on hold.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, at least that's
Nice.
the way it was in old school Savage Worlds. If
I like
it's
that.
not now, it is now.
I like
All
it.
right. So let's see. Where are my? Oh, I can't. I forgot. I cannot remove.
Make me a spirit check.
Can you? I'm gonna. Oh, before. Yeah, before
This
I
is
stand
just.
up. Probably.
This is basically a sense motive check. I allow a spirit for that because either you're in tune with other people or you're not. You definitely get the sense that this thing wanted the violence to stop.
Okay. So Alistair starts putting 2 and 2 and 2 together, trying to come up with 6, but he's not sure it fits quite yet. But okay, 2 sisters. One's bad, one's good. At first, I'm thinking this one has enthralled these sailors. I'm assuming that's what this is coming up out of this hinge, fairy ring or whatever.
Make me an occult check.
Okay.
Boom.
Yeah,
you
how
know
about that?
you know exactly what this is the moment you saw it.
Okay.
Give me a second, I'll read the description for you.
You've always known what this is.
Yeah, I might not have wanted to admit it though.
Yeah.
This is a nereid, a saltwater
Myriad,
spirit.
Yeah.
The naiads are the fresh water, the nereids are the salt water. So this is indeed a fey creature.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So Alistair stands up and he hollers. He's not sure Bloodknot can even hear at this moment. He's pretty sure that's steam coming out of his ears.
Yeah, I think that's why he calls himself Bloodknock. His blood gets rushing so bad when he gets pissed off that all he can hear is his heartbeat. Ba-boom, ba-boom,
In his
ba-boom. His eyes turn blood red with little white streaks going through them.
If you will take prone off of me then, Jingo, I'm going to stand. And, I'm not going to run, but I'm going to go ahead and move closer, so that would be there, my max movement. And I'm going to holler, stand down. And, you see Alistair kind of tuck his flintlock pistol back into his sash, and he starts to, well, he doesn't sheath his dagger quite yet. So move, stand down, stood up, haven't taken an action yet, and I'm gonna holler at this thing that speak what you have to speak. You'll not come to any harm from us until we've heard you out. And where's the damn go on hold thing? I thought it was right click on the card.
I think I have to do that for you.
Okay. That's very good. And I'll just go on hold from there.
All right. The pirates, one by one, as this creature appears, will turn and cast down their weapons. And I'm not going to bother to put prone on all of them because that will take too long. But they will all turn and basically genuflect to their goddess.
Really?
And Lieutenant Jeffers heard you say stand down, and he will look over at you and look at the thing with his pistol and sweating bullets, and look over at you and look at the thing and kind of and put the pistol at the ground and kind of looks like he almost wants to shoot it into the ground, but he holds.
Okay.
But he holds and will uncock the pistol.
Well, that's one of the two I was worried about.
And she will turn towards you and say, You
Me?
bear the touch.
Alistair looks at his hand like, what the hell is she talking about?
You have been touched. You have the power. Why have you come here?
Curiosity. And Officer Napes here had a vision that something of value and something of interest would be found here. Yet we don't know where, but you know.
Well, you have found me. And those who have chosen to pledge their life to me. I am XIII, spirit of these waters.
Okay, as my action, I will go off hold. I will take off my tricorn, put it over my chest, bow formally, because Alistair thinks that it could be trickery, but let's not offend her. And I'll put my hat back on my head and I'll say, we're not here to pledge our lives, but again, we'll listen to you. And that's it. That's my action.
I force nothing. Those who pledge their lives do so willingly. Speak your peace. However, I will tell you, I have no treasure. You must
Does
be
she have a
referring to
sister?
I
Sorry, I'm choked.
I do. I do have a sister. But she is not to be trifled with.
Oh, well, it's a good thing we're not triflers then.
Oh. Okay.
Are we, Mr. Bloodknock?
She will say to
I now
send
know who she is.
people against my sister is a fool's errand. Those she sent to destroy me, I have cleansed of her curse. You see them before you, and they have chosen of their own free will to serve me. However, she will not stop trying.
A fool's errand, you say?
Yes, but you have been touched. You bear the mark. You
Alistair.
could be the one
Oh, shit.
to make the sister undone.
Bear the mark, bear the touch. You could be the one to make the sister undone. Alistair looks around and says, he looks at Bloodknock, he looks at Jeffers, he looks back at Napes. What do you fools say? It's a fool's errand. We've been known to take on one of those before.
No, take
I-
on spooky things, but
I know we're not in combat, but did I get to do my turn?
If you have
Yeah,
something
Alistair's
you would,
passed.
we are not in combat now. So if there's something you would like to do, let me know what you want to do.
Yep. She's gonna come running forward, and they're well. At least I suppose I don't have to do exact, but I would
tokens
get
are unlocked.
closer.
You can,
Okay.
yeah.
I
there
would
you
get
go.
a bit closer, and I would drop to my knees and
Yes, I'm sure the Icelandic tales have tales of water
Oh,
spirits
yeah.
such as this. So you
well,
reckon
not
you
no.
would
What
probably
she thinks
recognize
is
it for what it is as well.
yeah. Well, what she would see is the goddess of the sea. that's what she thinks until she actually says what her name is, and then she talks about sisters. And I'm wondering,
This one's name is Chrisme, as you can probably see by hovering over her token.
She
right,
introduced
or
herself.
on the
I'm Chris May.
yeah. So I want to say that name is not. Well, she knows that some of the gods are known by other names, so she would basically kind of
Yeah,
almost whisper,
to
but not quite, and
superstitious,
say,
yeah, she could certainly be seen as a god.
"Oh yeah," but she would see basically. There's the two pictures that I sent you on Discord, where it's she thinks it's the Norse goddess Ran, the mother of the sea, and I'm not sure if I'm saying it right because there's a little doohickey over the A, but probably more like Ron or something.
Rain, a ruin,
Rain, yeah.
unsure, but
It's
um, yes,
uh,
those would be very appropriate. Just
yep. She would definitely, yeah, I'd definitely be sitting there, with, on the knees with you know, the hands up, kind of you know, she's in the presence of a goddess.
yes,
She's in
Chrisme will
in
say,
awe and
as long as we have been bound here, my sister and I, throughout the ages, many great heroes have come to try to best her. All have fallen, and I would imagine the treasures they bear still lie there.
Oh, there's a gleam in Alistair's eye.
Make me another spirit check.
Dragon lost.
I don't think I'd have a Joker bonus right now, but
Well, let's roll with it. You had a Joker bonus at this point, so we're going to roll in that you guys are dealing with the Joker bonus. It was a fortuitous round for this to come about. You get the feeling that, there's more about this. There was more significance to her and her sister being bound here than meets the eye. Make me an occult check, Alistair. You're thinking that maybe she is bound here because the sister is bound here.
do I think these stones were erected to hold her here? And if so, that means they've been here a very long time.
You do.
Okay.
okay, I don't know this actually in real life, but are there stones like this in Iceland?
I would imagine there are menhirs all over Europe and Northern Europe.
I
So
know, yeah, I know
I'm
that,
going to say yes.
okay. So then I would know these are for. They are.
There are
There
different ones
are
for different reasons. And
Right.
yep, Alistair, you may very well be right that these stones were placed here to bind this spirit. And that perhaps, well,
and
I can't give you the information, just give you the
well,
information. You're going to have
I'm
to
sitting
figure
here
it out.
thinking she's been placed here and bound here by these stones, and her sister's holding her captive, tormenting her through time. And yeah, Alistair might take that on. I mean, I gained. I have some faith in what she's telling me is the truth. I haven't, I've made good rolls, I think, and
Yeah,
I
you
think
don't
he
think she's
understands. Yeah,
lied to you, but you don't think she's told you everything there is to know.
right. Well, I'm just trying to piece the rest of it out, but I don't want to have this conversation in front of all these people. I would talk to, Mr. Bloodknock and Napes and Jeffers away from this group, but I mean, she just said that there are treasures there, and even though Alistair is he's a pretty upstanding guy, really most of the time, money's money, you know, power is power, and right now he could use a little bit of both of that. And if we do something like free a great face spirit of some kind in the process.
It could never hurt to have a great face spirit on your side.
Where is a sister of yours?
And she will point north, right towards the ruins of that tower about 5.5 miles down the beach, right where the bonfire was. I take it the people on the beach sent you.
Not really. Uh, Curiosity killed the cat. Let me just say I'm amazed I'm still alive. I think I'd like to visit your sister.
Be wary. She eats men. And she has a way of enthralling them to her will against theirs. And you can see a ripple shudder through her, as if even the thought of controlling a creature against its will is anathema to her. So you're thinking that maybe these spodes here just worship her because they do, not because she has any supernatural influence over them. But maybe because, she saved them from being eaten by her sister.
I'm assuming the ones down on the beach are controlled by the sister.
You would probably be correct.
And I think she uses them to send people here to torment her sister. So we're going to put an end to this foolishness. That's what's going through Alistair's mind. He hasn't had a chance to talk to, the rest of his team.
You guys hear the distinctive report of a volley of cannon fire. Boom, 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 boom!
Can we see the ship from here?
You can look down the ship and you can see cannon smoke coming into the air.
Do we see sand flying up off the beach where those?
You're thinking that somebody on the beach decided to test the ship and found out that Don Julio is not having it.
They fucked around and found out.
Yeah. Okay. Alistair says, well, may we return again to see you. He turns around, runs off as fast as he can. He's not really, in the best shape, but...
Yeah. It's a terrifying presence. So you guys going to leave the area? She won't hinder you, and until she leaves, none of these pirates are even going to look up.
Okay. If we don't need to encounter these yahoos, more the power to it.
No, they didn't really want to have to fight you.
Although he shot at me twice with a rifle and a pistol, bastard.
You were running at him.
Well, it's because he was pointing a gun at me.
He pointed a gun at you and told you to fuck off, and you
told us to fuck off, and we just couldn't possibly fuck off. I mean, we're not the
who
fuck
gives
off
you
kind.
I mean,
we're not the
the
fuck
kind
off kind of
pirates would
people.
we be if we went and fucked off? I mean, come on.
Yeah. And who's he to say that his fuckery is bigger than mine?
All right, and you guys make your way back down the hill. You look back and you'll see the column of water has retreated. And indeed, I'll let you know a bit of meta. Had you decided to go into the cave rather than come up here, you would have just faced Chrisme straight up by herself without the pirates, and it would have been a different kind of encounter.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You never know. It could have been friendly, it could have been hostile, but you go into the situation not knowing how things are going to go. But
And maybe perhaps I could have been the only one that came out of there. So, but
maybe,
yeah,
maybe
no,
not. You definitely think that having to fight that thing is something you don't want to do. All right.
right.
So you guys are going to head back down the beach as you start heading towards the shipwreck. You can see hey Drake, you can see that what is left of that shipwreck has been blasted to splinters, and there's like 3 or 4 dead or injured bodies, and a couple of them washing in the surf and nobody else to be seen. Like they started to go out, and Don Julio
And Don Julio's.
gave him a broadside, and they thought better of it.
Nice.
Yeah, let's go steal their ship. Bam,
So
bam, bam,
we
bam.
make it back down there then, uneventfully.
Yes, and
Okay.
there's if you want to try to revive, there's probably a couple that aren't dead yet, but they're all incapacitated.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
At this point, he believes that their little bonfire was more of a siren song than it was they were luring people here.
That's what I figured.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, which is what I thought at the time, but I don't know. I was actually kind of surprised when the next day they were like, "Oh, we're shipwrecked," and I thought, "Oh, well, maybe we were supposed to come ashore and rescue them last night," but I wasn't quite sure. So
Nope. Um, I pulled my volume of advanced fuckery down off the shelf for this today.
Of course.
All right. So what are you guys gonna do next? Let's go back to the main deck for now because we're in roleplay mode.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do we want to do? You gonna call your shore boat to go back out? It's still early in the day. I mean, it's 2 miles up the beach. That couldn't have been more than a 40-minute walk, both ways. I mean, each
Mm.
way.
Before we leave, I'll actually say, sorry, it was something that I was trying to figure out how to phrase it or what have you, but I would ask her to say, Goddess, how is there any advice beyond the men being careful that you can give us? Would letting her out be bad? Or unwise, I guess.
Letting who out?
If we were to set your sister free. Because
Oh,
unless I misheard.
No, I think
Unless,
she just says that she hasn't said anything. Alistair will be able to discuss with you and let you know that he believes that her being here is somehow bound to the sister being here. Alistair believes that she's bound
right.
here and that the sister bound her here and is tormenting her, and that confronting the
Oh,
sister will
okay.
release her.
yes,
Oh, okay.
That's what Alistair
Okay.
believes.
I
She
Alright,
was
yeah.
very tight-lipped, as if maybe part of her binding means she can't discuss the terms of it.
Right. Okay. Um. All right, then let me rephrase what I was gonna say. Um, is there anything that we can do for you now to help you besides um
I can
you know,
make
she's like,
no demands of you. I can tell you that if you wish to stay and serve me, you will be provided for. You will be protected.
Yeah. I think it's
um
time to go.
all right. And I just kind of, I get up and I kind of like bow and I back out of the the
The
circle of
circle.
stones, and yep, and bump right into Jeffers, and then just kind of move backwards a little bit further until I'm out of the circle of stones, and
Well,
then
Jeffers
I
got
kind of
close enough
stand
to
up.
recognize what it was. Jeffers, being the creep that he is just standing there staring at the giant naked woman water statue
Hmm.
until you probably have to pull him away because
Yeah.
Jeffers was in awe.
Ah, so he got.
No,
Well, I
she
mean,
doesn't. She doesn't have any ability to control people. He was just,
no. Yeah.
he
Well, yeah,
he,
as
he
my
has,
character was,
yeah,
but yeah.
he has a hard time processing the supernatural at times. He
Right.
usually faces it. The only way he usually faces it is with guns blazing, and the fact that he's already put a musket ball through the head of a ghost to no avail, other than the bus cask of rum. He's not sure a musket ball would have done anything to this either, and it just rattles him a little bit. That how do you fight the ocean like that?
Right.
All right, so you guys can get back down um, to
To
the
where we
beach.
once belong.
Yeah.
Get back, Loretta.
Mhm.
You can lay down the boogie and play that funky music till you die.
Oh
Mhm.
man, if I, uh, you know, try being a white boy that plays funk and I mean, my band played all kinds of stuff, and if I ever hear, "Hey, play that funky music, white boy," again from somebody, it'll be too soon.
Yeah, no, that was one song that would not be in my set if I was in a band.
Never played it. Never played
I
it,
mean,
but
I would probably have funk because I like funk.
I like funk too. And we
Funk
had a
is
bass
fun.
player that could drive it. It takes a bass player that can drive it and a jazz drummer really for good funk. So
Yep. James Brown had Larry Graham. Larry Graham invented slap bass.
yeah.
All right, so you guys get back down onto the beach. You can see that the beach is no longer a refuge for the fallen that were here, for the flotsam or whatever you want to call them. Um,
Common villainy.
are you going to head back to your boat, or are you going to head up that other way?
What time is it?
It's about noonish.
Noonish.
And yep. Of course, as we're walking through the thing, all of a sudden, Napes' stomach goes. I'm like, hmm, because
It's
she,
fresh crab on the beach.
Uh,
Sushi.
right?
yeah. What do you think, guys? I mean, you know,
I
democracy rules here. I say we keep going. We move on down to the.
Sounds
We
good to
move
me.
on. Yeah. Well, we got the daylight. I
yes,
don't want to be there at dark.
Yeah.
No.
And I think Sirenscape crashed.
I can still hear it. It's not very loud. Right now I have
Oh, okay.
calm, so there's the occasional seaboard and the creak of the shipboards. And so,
Yeah,
yeah, I have something very quiet going on it right now.
yeah. If I turn it up all the way, then I can hear it. But other than that,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
All right.
I mean, I think we would report in with the crew. You know, we'd call for our jolly boat, and they'd come ashore, and we'd say, "This is what we're doing."
Mm.
I don't know. Maybe we should take the ship down there with us so that we have guns on the beach.
Turn her broadside towards that tower. That's what I'm sitting here thinking.
Yeah, guns on the beach.
Right.
So like that, if things get a little too weird, good old Don Julio's hopefully a good shot with a cannon.
All right. So, right now it is 11:42. We are about less than 20 minutes from the end of the stream. So, I have two choices for you guys. We can start what's coming next and have to stop in the middle of it, or we can stop here and pick up fresh next week where you face the sister.
I like
I'm good
option
with that.
B.
Yeah.
I like option
Yeah.
B better. Kind of,
Yep.
you break combat in half like that.
I
You have to
don't
do it
really
sometime.
like doing it
Yeah.
because I
No.
like
Yeah, me
being
neither.
able to fresh the bennies and the cards before the session.
It loses this continuity. I didn't use any bennies this session.
No,
I didn't either.
we didn't
Matter
have
of
a
fact,
whole.
I
We
got
didn't.
2 extra.
You didn't really have a whole lot of fighting. Today was kind
We
of a.
didn't play cards either, so technically now,
Yeah.
and
Well,
when
Stitch
I
played a
If you
card,
don't
GM,
but
want me to, now what I do is when I do the refresh cards, I don't think it. All it does is replace the ones you use, or does it blow
no,
out the ones you?
it
It
it,
blows
it,
them all out.
All
it
right.
blows them all out.
yeah.
But no, Stitch played one, but then
It was
Jingo gave it
refunded.
back to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've technically not played. We've not used any bennies, and we've not played any cards. I don't think.
No,
Nope.
I think Stitch
Stitch
used
played
one
one.
Benny.
Okay.
Well, I think you played a card though, didn't you?
Again, it was refunded. I couldn't
Oh,
use
it
it.
was refunded.
It
Sorry,
wasn't. Yeah.
I missed that.
Now against that the water spirit, that would have been a place to
Yes.
it would have worked on
Maximum
that.
verbosity, yeah.
Yes, that would have absolutely worked on her.
It'll work on a
Yes.
sister too, hopefully. If I still
Probably
have it.
yes. Yes. All right. If you guys didn't use your cards, I won't refresh cards for the next session. Let's see
Cool.
if there's anybody out there in Twitch land doing RPG stuff that we can maybe hop on. See. Nobody in my friends list. Well, looks like Fantasy Grounds was on earlier, but not now. All right, well then, I think what we'll do is just go ahead and we will call it a day. We will thank everybody for coming out to join us today. Thank you for your bits. Thank you for your subs. Thank you for just hanging out and listening to our craziness.
Yay.
Let me. All right. Come on. There we go. I was going to say, if you like what we're doing, on Thursday nights you can find our very own Captain Marbanya doing more Savage Worlds, Deadlands, The Flood. Very good stuff. And one more. Also, you can find me later tonight over on Martian Cat Stream, where we are doing choices, stories you play. We do voices, tell bad jokes, and have a lot of fun. So come on and join us over there. And with that, everybody say thank you, Twitch, and good day. And we are
Bye.
going to mosey on into the afternoon. Everybody, you have a good weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Later, guys.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Bye.
I like this music.
I
Very
do
fine.
too.
Yeah,
It's
I
very
wasn't
Final
able to
Fantasy-ish.
connect.
Yes,
I
this is
wasn't able to connect to that.
yes. Well, it is not doing what it should. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. They can still hear us. We're lurking behind.